Hello, my name is Marcia Johnson. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Together with my grandnieces and nephew, Allie, Ashley, and Ryan, we are Marcia's Crafts. Today we're going to show you how to make this Home to Roost, just a note card. Here's the inside. Let's get started. You will need the Home to Roost stamp set, the Buffalo Check stamp set, Simple Stripes embossing folder. The inks will be Memento, Night of Navy, Crumb Cake. And you'll need some layering ovals framelits. You'll need the largest of the scalloped and the second largest of the plain ones. Okay, we'll get out our pieces that we need to do something to. And I've already taken my red layer and used the scallop framelit, run it through the Big Shot, and cut out this scalloped oval. Just saves a little paper. Nobody's gonna see it. It'll be covered up. I've also taken my crushed curry layer and run it through the Simple Stripes embossing folder, and that's ready to go also. First thing we're going to do is make our Buffalo Check paper. I'm going to use this piece right here. And the way I do that is get out the Buffalo Check and just lay the stamp down on a surface. I'll be using Night of Navy. We're going to ink it up. You don't have to ink up the whole thing in this case because you're just going to be using part of it. A nice inking. I'm going to take our paper and carefully lay it down. Then I'm going to take a piece of printer paper and just give it a really good back rub. We're going to rub all over it. And pick it up. And there it is. And this will take a little bit of time to dry, but through the magic of YouTube, I have one already dried and cut to size. So we'll be using that later. While we still got the blue ink out, let's do our sentiment. It is the Just a Note. I'm going to ink it up, and usually would rather do this over a dark background and stamp it down. There you go. Then we're going to take our layer that we're going to use for our rooster. We're going to ink up our rooster in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I find with the Memento and STAYS-On, you kind of have to rub it a little bit rather than just pat it on to get a good impression. Then we're going to put him on here towards the bottom, kind of in the middle. There you go. There he is. We're going to do a technique called masking. You get some masking paper, you stamp your image on it, and then you cut it out. Then you put the mask, or it can even be just computer paper, whatever. Put it right on the image of our chicken. And then we're going to take our crumb cake and stamp the wheat or whatever it is. I'm going to stamp it once kind of to the right, once in the middle, and once to the left. Okay, we'll get back to this one in a minute. Then we're going to take our envelope, and in the lower left-hand corner, I'm going to stamp this image. And for our inside, on the lower right-hand corner, we're going to stamp this image. And that's all of our stamping. Now when you lift off this mask, it looks like your rooster is in front of that background. And I store my masks in the stamp set. That way they're always available for me to use. Next thing we're going to do is take our plain oval and we're going to cut out our rooster. So put it where you like it on the image, and then take it over the Big Shot and cut it. And again, through the miracle of YouTube, I've got one already done. The next thing we're going to do is color in our rooster, and I'm using Stampin Blends. I'm using a dark real red here to color in his little home and waddly thing. Light and dark mango melody for his head and this part of him, and I'm just taking the dark and going around, coloring in the parts that look shaded. Then I'm taking the light and blending that, and I'm doing his little face in the light. Then light and dark Night of Navy, and again with the dark, go around and color in all the shaded parts. And some of his little tail feathers. Then I'll take the light and kind of blend that in. And do some more of his little tail feathers. And then I thought he was looking a little dark down there, so I took the color lifter and just went over parts of his tummy and parts of his wing and some of his tail feathers, just to make there a little bit more differentiation in color. And here I've got one already finished and dry and attached to the red scalloped circle. So now it's pretty much time to assemble. Take our card base and put the inside in. You can use glue or SNAIL for this. Then on the front, you'll take your red layer, real red. Again, just SNAIL or glue will be fine. Layer that on. That's why I like glue. It gives you a second for a little wiggle room. There. Then for the next layer, which is the crushed curry, take your crushed curry and then your plaid, your navy, Night of Navy plaid that you stamped on the very vanilla, and glue that down. Okay, and then your red piece, just glue across the top where there's a seam, and it's a little longer than it needs to be, but that's okay. We're just going to snip it off. Just take your snips from the back and use the crushed curry to guide you. Snip that off. Then we're going to put a little bit of SNAIL on the back on both sides where that red is. See right there, it's right here. We're going to take our linen thread and we're going to put it in the back, and we're going to wind it around 3 times. There. And now we can put this layer on our card front. I would probably use glue for this. You could pop it up on Dimensionals if you like. There we go. And we'll take our Just a Note and we'll mat it in real red. Got a little too much glue on there, so I'll just put it on the paper and put it down in this lower right hand corner. And then we're going to take Dimensionals and we're going to pop our little image up. Try to avoid where the twine is going to be. So let's see, it looks like we should put maybe one down there and the rest up here. One down at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Let's give it another one in the middle up here. Okay, take your backings off, then put your little rooster on the front of your card towards the left, and there you have it. We're done. So, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to purchase any of these products, you can do so at marciascrafts.stampinup.net. And have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.